place. We're to move from where we were yesterday, where we had some ideas, and there's going to be a, let me see, where am I? Okay, here we are. And there's going to be what they call a sikum here. That's going to, let me get this up. Okay, so we're going to go to page Taf Resh Pei Bet. And we're going to be on number Hey. That's where we actually left off the last time. And we're learning here about the concept of the Yud-Ohr, and this phrase, the Isater B'Kitra. And it seems like that the operant word worrying about here is the word Kitra. What does that mean? And so we had some ideas yesterday. So on page, once again, let me find it. I'm on the right page. Yeah, page Taf Resh Pei Bet, number Hey. That's where we're at right now. 1 second. And it says, Rabbi Yochai, we're going to the Yochai now. He says, Shabir Kam B'Zel Lashono, Yud-Ohr. We're trying to say, where is the Yud-Ohr? What is the Yud-Ohr? Hine Ba'etz Chaim, he looks in the Eitz Chaim, B'Shar Erik Anpen. So this would be Shar Yud Gimel Perik Dalet. Bir Rabbeinu. Well, let me get this right. Bir Rabbeinu Zal. Tlas Reshim Eloim, which, going over ground, what we've seen before, Eloim Kedishim Heim Berakanpen. These are their names. The first one is Keser, which goes along with the concept of the skull, Golgotha, the highest level. Number base is a Viradakya, and the Mucha Eloah Stima. It doesn't say it's the Mucha Eloah Stima. Maybe it means the Mucha, the upper Mucha, which acts as a membrane to cover the Mucha Stima. Then the third one is the Mucha Stima itself, which is Chachma, the Chachma of Erik Anpen. Ve'elach v'chatlas reishim heim shlosh shemos shel shlosh, which are Av Saguma, Asam. There is a note on that, and we'll come back and look at that, Metz Hashem. Ve'heim mamash gibel osius yud kei vav, also could be seen like that. The first three letters are related, or could be expanded out into Asam. V'zecha v'mayim b'chayud. So this is what is this? This is v'zecha she'amar Yud-Ohr shehi b'b'chin Shem Av. The Yud-Ohr is the Shem Av. Shebekesed is ater be'itra datika, that is his crowns on the itra datika. So there's a little bit of a note on this one also, this phrase, the itra datika. So he says that atika here also means the Atara, Ratzon Loma Atara. So he wants to say that it sounds like the crown of crowns, something like that. At least according to the note down below. So he says, who hakeser the Erik Anpen. Once again, this is the keser the Erik Anpen. He's kruma a law, krum the keser atzma. He says the izdakek v'sasim. We went through the ideas dasek v'sasim before. Let's see, he's going to have some ideas on that. We'll take a look at it. Now, previously, going back up to the top again, we're going to look at number, let's see, the first one is number Lamed Aleph. Okay, let me see if I got this right. I think I do. Okay, so let me just read down a little bit one more time. He says, Rabbi Yochai Shecher Shabir Kam B'Zel Lashono Yud-Ohr. It said B'Shar Erik Anpen. It says Bir Rabbeinu Zel Shetlas Reshim, and he goes through the three heads, which we know, except that he has a new word. The first one is Keser, Gulgalta. The second one is AVIR Yud-Ohr, which is called by the upper Mocha, Stimor, and then there's a third one, which is just a plain Mocha Stimor, which is Chachma. Ve'elach atlas reishim heim shlosh shemos shel shlosh v'heim asmab. So asam rather. Vehem Mamash Gimel Osius Yaakov. So these, we want to look at number Lamed Bet here, down below. Let me see if I can get down a little bit lower. Okay, so he says, Rein the Eitz Chaim, look over there in the Eitz Chaim, the Zalashono, will, okay. Rebbe Eitz Chaim, he says of his other v'nevar la'el, he says gimel mini chavayos shel ha'atzmos yesh begimel reshim. Now this word atzmos means really the essence of the light in some way of its ultimate light. Another word for light maybe. Mini chavayos shel ha'atzmos yesh begimel reshim. Shekol rosh mishloshtem yesh begimel chavayos mishuno. So each one of them, he says, has three sets of havayos. Ki gimel havayos elyonim de reisha yiloh nikra gulgalta de erik anpin heim b'milu yudin and nikra av bechem yud beis osius, and in that there are four letters of the peshuta of the pashut. Yud beis osius peshutos shebechem im klalos shloshlam hare yud gimel makes 13. Became Gimel Levias Acheres Bereisha Tinyana in the second head, which he said is the Mocha Stimo. What's exactly his words? Anyway, it's the Mocha Stimo Elyona. Hanigrach of Avira of Bemilu Isag Vehem Yud Beis Osis Vehem Klalos Hashem Ba'atzma Hare Yud Gimel. So he says Ve'im Klalos, it comes to 13. Each one of them has some aspect of 13. Became Gimel Levias Acheres Bemilu Ima. The love and Bereshit Lisor comes in the third head, which is the Mochos Dimor. He says Anigrach of Mochos Dimor Vehem Yud Beis Osis, the same thing. Three pashutim, 12 letters. V'klalos Hashem Ba'atzma, that makes 13. Now, what do we get out of that? Not sure yet. Let's go back up, and let's look at right after number Lamed Beis. V'heim Mamash Gimel Osius Yaakov, and he wants to say that. We'll read that little piece on the bottom. What it says about this. I am looking for something. There's something here, so we'll see what we can get to. With some of the Os Yud D'Shem B'Vaya Romez L'Chavaya B'Milui Av. V'Os Hey Rishon D'Shem B'Vaya Romez L'Chavaya D'Milui Sag. V'Os Vav D'Shem B'Vaya Romez L'Chavaya D'Milui Ma. No problem. I'm not seeing that well. V'Os Hey Achrona is D'Shem B'Vaya Romez L'Chavaya D'Milui Ben. All of this is explained in the Eitz Chaim. So each one of them, that's the Yud Kei Vav, so the only difference between them is the milui. Ad kan. Now, number Lamed Daled, he had a phrase there. We'll look at the top and just read over to it. It says, Yud-Ohr shehi bechinas shem av shebekatzer is the av shebekatzer, v'hisater be'itra. And so he has a word. He says it's crowned with if it's ater it's crowned onto the itra. So he says down below. He says that Zero Girsas Svar Mecherim Kan Aval Girsas Dilon Hu Bekitra. So he says we're not changing it to a Torah, we're changing it to Kitra. It's going to stay like it is. So going on and reading after that up above, he says the Tika is this is the Torah. The Tika Torah Persona Lomer Itra. Okay, so we're not Torah rather it's not going to go that, or Itra is a Torah. He says going on, he says Keser de Erik Anpen, he krum ilo, krum de Keser Atzma, it is the krum, it's the membrane of the Keser itself, is dakik v'sasin, which becomes more refined, and as a result, some ore comes out of it, I guess, some minor amount, but most of it remains, the majority, closed. Let's look at number Lamed Hey down below. he's going to say, Yesh the first kavanasa based upon him. There are two different ways we can explain what's trying to be said here. The first one is the kruma ilo ha'omer b'sifra d'tzniuta eno kruma devira. It's not the same thing as the kruma devira. Alahu krum de keser atzma. That the keser itself has its own krum. What does that mean? Meir bo shem ab de keser. So therefore, since it's that keser, Av will shine there. Avela bekruma de revira, which we're talking about the yesh lomer de meir bo shem sag de vira. So that the same sag goes so that we would say that the sag is shining there. So in other words, it's different. It's something the word kruma is used in two different places. Now ubira the varim sheyesh berosh base kruma, there are in fact two different membranes. Hisach kruma law is what? Mechuba the gegalta, which is really pegged onto the skull. The kruma tito hachoper al moach, and there's another kruma, which is covering over the moach, which is the mochas timok and bevor begemara. This is a gemara in Chulin. He says of his elder shono, nekiv krum shal moach. So if it says over there that the krum of the moach is pierced, Rav Shmuel the Ramatavaychu kadma ilo afal gav the lo inkiv tito. So he says kadma kruma ilo. So we talk about the upper one. He's locating it here. Afal gav the lo inkiv tito. Even if the lower membrane, so indicating that there are two membranes, even though the lower is not pierced. Adkan. Bir Rashi Sham Rashi explains kadma ilo. So kadma ilo. Hamakuba, that phrase refers to Hamakuba the Gugolta bifnim, inside of the skull itself. Tata the krum harak. This is a very soft krum. Shechamoach mona besocha the muna besocha, that the moach is inside of it. So the moach, that's two different places. Ray Biuri Ba'otze Biruim Lael, in Perik Aleph, he says, B'Shem B'Pirish Araivad is El Deshono al Sefer Yitzira. Shabir Degam Barosha parts of that explains over there also, at the beginning of the parts of Olion Yesh Be Krumim Ein Sham, there are two different Krumim. V'Hindech of a SIFRA D'Tzniutakan, Dakdek V'Ama Kruma Yilor, it specifically says Kruma Yilor. The law of kruma d'avira doesn't say kruma d'avira. Kalashon is SIFRA d'tzniut l'el. So let's go on. Ki Iri kan bekrum elyon is talking about that. Amechuba l'kugolta b'bifnim canal, which is that krum there. Now it's still going on, and it says like this. Number bet. He says od yesh the bayir kavanas yafashab. And let me explain to you the kavana of the Yafashah. The kruma de ilo ha'omur kan l'chaynach b'kruma devira, it's called the kruma devira. That's a different explanation. The kruma ilo is called the kruma devira. V'chein mamash v'chebamash masek b'sifrat tzniutakan, there is dakik v'sasek, because that's the nature of this kruma. It allows for a certain amount of light to come out, but very much, because it's very little. Behind the kruma d'avira, that is the kruma d'avira, she'arma le'era b'perik aleph, v'zal l'shon kruma d'avira is dakek v'sasim ad kan, it becomes very, very refined and closed up. M'kol makom nechshav k'mo krum l'keser atzma, v'lashon Yafashah. So this is like the krum of the keser. Ki krum hu tachas agulgolta, because this, the krum, is underneath the gulgolta. The shakasa b'bir agror le'er b'perik b'perik siman ayamalav. He says shakasa is other shana the sima gulgolos hu kruma davira. So the end of this, I guess, where you're going to find this kruma inside. It sounds like inside of the skull again. Ad kan reba otze bi'urim le'el. So there's something up above. He says. Ki kach mavur gam b'shar mamari rashbi b'shem k'sev yad rizal shekruma d'ravira hu b'chinas Bechina Acharona, the Bechina Gugolta Ein Sham is the final. So we're trying to locate where this kruma is. There's something here that I'm looking for. I haven't gotten into it yet, and I'm going to try to do it now. So he said the last part, he says that kruma atzma, let's see, number lamed vav, where's lamed vav? Okay. So he goes to, now we're going back up to the top again. And he has a letter vav he starts with, and he says, Rei bezohar chai, sha'arech kan, v'tochen devarav the os yud ilo hu so devira. This is the secret of the concept of avira. This avira what? Shebetoch kruma de avira, which is inside of the kruma de avira. The os is avira. This is the part that I really wanted to read the most. The Osius Avira is actually composed of two different kinds, which is the or of the Yud. It's the light that's generated by the letter Yud. Umeir Bo Shem Sag, and what is the Yud shining into this Avira? Because the Golta would be the Av. So the Avira, this Avira is the same as shining out the name Sag, Sheyesh B'Chol Gimel Yudin, that has 3 Yudin in it. Then you could take the Yudin, V'Kol Yud Da'asach B'Shem Av, the Milu Yudin. So even though you're dealing with Sag, so I guess you're dealing like with Intanta, where you have the top part. I guess this is the top part of the Sag, I'm not sure. Maybe it corresponds to the Ozen, I don't know. V'Kol Yud Na'asa Shem Av the Milu Yudin. So each one of the Yudin of Sag is going to make itself into a complete Havaya, which is with the Milui of Yudin, which is Av. V'husod or, that's the secret of this. This is the secret. V'husod or shel bechinas or mayim rekia. This is the light that you see there. Not sure that I really understand what's going on in or mayim and rekia, but this is the or. It's the first one of the 3. So it sounds like he says that or it would be chesed, and I really don't know. So this is mishkol. This is the concept of some kind of a balance. There's a lot to be said about that. Okay, so I'm thinking the next piece, and we're going to do that piece again, and we'll do that tomorrow, or next time we meet, and go into this number Lamed Vav, which has some interesting things in it, and get into a little bit more detail about what we're talking about. Where is the place of the Yud? What is the Yud? This last definition. What is the Yud that's added into the word or? So we'll see a little bit more tomorrow. What time